What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Hope all you're having a great day so far. Getting into this episode of GH, Jason and Carly gonna have to do something, and they gonna have to do it quick because these other families are about to try them. The Novak family is already making a move on their ass. Took one of their shipments and stuff. Like they making a move because the Novak family and the other families are starting to see that the Corinthos family, they feel that the Corinthos organization is weak without Sonny. Carly was surprised by this because she thought that she had the blessing of the five families. But I think that the five families only gave her the blessing at the time because they probably felt they didn't have a choice at the time. Because Sonny's gone, so they think, and Jason was, on the run at the time. So the only person that they could deal with was Carly. And I think that another reason they backed Carly was because Carly came into the meeting confident. She knew her shit. She knew how to handle herself, so I think they were confident at that time, like, okay, she could be a temporary boss or whatever. And I think that's what the five families were thinking that this was going to be, temporary. They thought Carly was temporarily going to be in charge. But now that Jason's back, they think, Jason should take over the business because Carly has no experience. And this is what I said prior to Carly going to the five families meeting. Because if you know anything about the mafia, mob bosses, the five families, they don't do business. They don't normally deal with people that they never did business with. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't have a proven track record. They normally don't like new people. You know what I'm saying? So Carly doesn't have any experience in running a criminal organization. So I wasn't surprised that they, weren't really trying to back her. It was just a temporary thing, so they thought. But when Jason, they had hopes that Jason was gonna, take the front seat, push her to the side, and, take over. And Carly's now realizing that everything Cyrus said may have been true. Like, the further Carly gets into business, the harder it is to get out, and Jason might have to bump her off. But we all know Jason ain't about to kill no Carly. That's just not about to happen. Not today, not tomorrow, I don't think ever. But the five families, they're not keen on having two bosses of the organization. They prefer one person in charge, period. So now Carly and Jason, they just gonna have to try to come up with something to, show everybody that the Corinthos organization is strong, stronger than ever, and they not going nowhere. How they gonna do that? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because if Carly stays in control or whatever, she gonna have to continue. The Corinthos organization is gonna have to continue to fight other families, and it's gonna be a war. So they need to, have a sit down, and they need to get a game plan going, something quickly and swift. So anyway, moving on from that, Willow. Lord have mercy. That whole wedding was messy. That whole impromptu wedding was messy as shit. It was messy. Michael should have never even been at that ceremony. That shit was just, it was a whole just mess all the way around. Like, you got Michael up in here. Then on top of that, Chase couldn't put the ring on Willow's finger, so Michael had to do it. I said, oh, hell to the no. Hell no. Putting the ring on some other chick. You got to put the ring on the finger of the woman that you love for another dude? Hell no. I'm sorry, but I would have had to break character real quick, and I would have had to let them know, like, I'm in love with her, she in love with me, this ain't going down. Because there's no way I would sit there. You know how humiliating that is? That you sitting there putting a ring on her finger for her to marry another dude? Nope. That whole wedding was just the ghetto. Absolutely not. That whole wedding was just ghetto. Absolutely not. No. Hell no. Michael better than me, because I would have just had to tell it like it T.I. is. Like, no, I'm in love, she in love, she marrying the wrong man. Listen, I'm sorry that you dying, player, but I got to be honest with you. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way in hell I would have went through with all that. Willow crazy as hell going through with that wedding. I don't care if you think he dying. I don't give a damn. I ain't about to marry you. Absolutely not. And I think it was selfish on Chase's part anyway to ask her that. Like, why would you make her a widow? Like, if you know you're dying, why would you want to marry her and make her a widow? Like, why would you do that? That, to me, that's just cold. Like, why? No. Hell no. That just, And then Gregory, he got ordained as a minister and stuff like that. Is that marriage even legal? I mean, I know he's ordained, but do they even have the paperwork? Because don't it take time to get paperwork, like 30 days or something like that? Like, you got to fill out a whole marriage certificate and all that. Like, did they even do all of that? Because this wedding was just basically thrown together. You know, he just proposed. So it's like, y'all got the proper paperwork? I'm just saying, like, there might be a legal way to get out of this without having to file an annulment. But I feel bad for Chase because we all know he about to get saved. I felt bad, though, because he started coding and stuff. Like, basically, he flatlined. But thank God, you know, Finn got the test results back, the DNA results, and Gregory is the biological father, like we all knew. And thank God Finn got the antidote all set and ready. So they need to hurry up, rush up in there, resuscitate Chase, and give him that antidote. But I feel like once Chase is better, like he's out the hospital, hopefully Willow tells him, like, I can't stay in this marriage because I'm really in love with Michael. Like, she need to go ahead and just tell him that. You know what I mean? Because if she continues to stay in this wedding in this marriage out of obligation, the worse it's going to be, because we all know at some point Chase going to find out. And when he do, I feel like that goody Chase is going to go bye-bye real quickly. And shit going to hit the fan. That's how I feel. Because I feel like it's going to be all type of mess. So they need to get that together, honestly. Because, you know, it was nice, though, that Violet could be at the wedding. You know, Chase didn't want to get married unless Violet was there. I thought that was cute. That was nice. It's just a hot mess, though. It's just a bed of mess. A hot bed of mess. So anyway, moving on from that. Speaking of some mess, Maxie's whole plan is falling apart at the seams. Like, it's just completely falling apart. Like, Dante and Sam found the footage, and it pretty much proved to them that Chloe was working for Peter. So they're like, well, if Chloe was working for Peter and she got the baby, maybe she handed the baby off to Peter, is what they're thinking. But Maxie was like, no, she didn't do that, because she was ranting and raving and this, that, and the third about how she could be a better mother. Basically, she was trying to paint the picture for Sam that Chloe took the baby for herself. And rather than giving it to Peter, she wanted to raise the child. So Sam was like, oh, I believe you, I'm like, see, Sam, this is why you can't be no effective PI when you're dealing with friends. Because you tend to take their word for things when they're outright playing you. And your judgment is a little blurred. So Sam need to be off of this case, because you can't be doing this case. You know, you're too close. And you can't see the lie for what it is. And then on top of that, Dante was still investigating the scene or whatever. So Austin came over asking him, like, oh, what can I do to help? Here go Dante, little shitty self. Oh, that sounds like something a kidnapper would say. Dante, shut up. Like, the man just offering you some help. If he was the kidnapper, Dodo Bird, like, really? Where's the baby at if he the kidnapper? He got knocked out. So, you know, Dante probably thinking, well, you know, if you were the kidnapper, it could have all been staged. And Dante getting on my nerves sometimes. I'm glad he back and whatnot, but he be working my damn nerve. So they ended up finding the mine shaft or whatever. And Dante, you know, went down there or whatever. And he found Nurse Chloe's body. So that's why I say Maxie's whole plan is about to blow up in her face, because you claim that Chloe took the baby for herself. Dante has found Chloe's body. So where's the baby? So now Maxie's going to have to explain that. Like, how's Maxie going to get out this situation now? Because they done found Chloe. So how you going to worm your way out this? See, this is what I be talking about. When you tell one lie, you got to tell 20 more lies to cover the first one that you told. So now she going to have to tell a whole bunch of lies and figure out a way to get out of this mess. Because I don't know if Dante going to believe her as much as Sam do. Because, you know, Dante was born suspicious of people. When he came out his mama coochie, he was suspicious and wondering if that was his real mama. That's just how Dante is. Like, he was just born that way. Like, that man got a keen sense for bullshit. He know bullshit when he see it. He could smell it about 2 miles away. Hell, bullshit could be in Timbuktu, and he could smell it all the way in Port Charles. That's how good he is. You know, I ain't gonna lie, Dante good at his job for the most part, you know, but he just naturally suspicious of people. Like, even when people telling him the truth, he still be squinting his eyes at them like they lying, just to see if they lying. So I don't know how Maxie gonna wiggle her ass out of this. And then Maxie sitting there calling Brooklyn, talking about, oh, I need to, you know, how's Louise doing? Yada, yada, yada. Can I see her? And Brooklyn was like, no, because we ain't about to mess this plan up. But I'm like, little do y'all know, the plan is pretty much already in jeopardy. The plan is already fucked up. So y'all need to get it together and figure out a new course of action, because this ain't gonna last too much longer. I was actually surprised to see Brooklyn and Valentine getting along so well. You know what I mean? She even called Valentine her friend. She even said she considered Valentine her friend. I said, well, when the truth come out, I don't know how much of a friend he gonna be to your ass when the truth come out, because he might strangle you. You never know how Valentine gonna react to something. Like, he's sitting there falling in love with a child that's not even his. You know what I'm saying? Like, hell, it ain't even BLQ child. Like, I wonder how he gonna feel about all this. Because, you know, he got that mean streak about him, and that man could be crazy as a bedbug. So I don't know how they supposed to figure out this mess and get out of it. That's going to be an interesting tale. Sasha look good, though. I'm not even going to lie. Sasha is good. Shout out to Sophia Matson on her pregnancy. Congratulations to her. Sasha looks so freaking amazing, though. Like, she is just positively glowing. And I freaking love it. You know what I mean? Like, I love it. Willow need to figure out how to get out this mess. And somebody, you know what? I was thinking about it, because Anna got a lead or whatever, because she's still trying to find the pilot or whatever that piloted Peter's helicopter or whatever. I wonder what she gonna do when she find out that Liz and Finn is wrapped up in this mess. Like, is she gonna try to get Finn out this legal mess? Like, I wonder what's gonna happen with that. And you wanna know what's funny? That all these couples getting engaged and getting married, and Finn and Anna still ain't married. Ain't that something? Even though they're officially broken up, but still. It's like, damn. A waste of all that time, and y'all never even jumped the broom. Came close after 3 years. But never quite did it. Anyway, this is a pretty decent episode. Hit the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought about it. I will see you all Monday. Hope you all have a great day. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. See you all Monday. Peace.